as we do every week, we are going to move on to the next portion of the show where we look at bad OCs. So, going back in the same order we presented in, Commander, let's take a look at your bad OC you brought on.
Okay, so the OC I brought this week is Estrella de la Noche.
Estrella
de la Noche?
Estrella de la Noche. That's Estrella of the Night?
Brought from from an Appaloosa orphanage into the Royal Canterlot Castle by Princess Celestia to be the companion for Princess Luna after her return. Estrella isn't aware of her destiny or purpose. I guess her purpose is being comforting to Luna. She doesn't have a cutie mark at present, but her talent lies in her unshakable compassion and care that she has for every pony. She's pure and loves others unconditionally when creating bonds with them, and she is very forgiving, which unfortunately leads to her being taken advantage of, often. However, Luna does what she can to make sure that she is not hurt. Estrella was a just sort of normal plain filly who was placed in an Appaloosa orphanage upon her birth. She was there until around the rough age of 5, and when she was picked up by Princess Celestia, who could sense something special in the young filly and thought she would be a perfect companion for Luna, who was being shunned at the time because it was right after she was back. At first, Luna found it hard to trust her and kind of ignored her. Then, one time she saw Estrella sort of looking up at the night side, just being lost in it, and that helped skyrocket their relationship and friendship. And from then on, from pretty much then on, they became inseparable and spent every second together. Before her first speech that she made since she had returned, Estrella had helped Luna relax and gave her tips and stuff. And as Estrella grew older, her relationship with Luna became slightly more distant. However, they still cared for each other a lot. And thanks to Celestia now, she has the sort of like starry mane thing. And she never obtained her talent and therefore never her cutie mark, the stars in her mane act as sort of her representation of the countless ponies whose lives she has lit up from meeting and befriending them. She likes astronomy and her interests are astronomy and flying and public speaking. She likes the stars, the night, astronomy, reading, public speaking, and dislikes being taken advantage of, waking up, and ponies shunning Luna. So, some of the things I'm okay with. A lot of it, though, I am not a huge fan of.
Oh, look, this little filly looking up at the sky. It's nighttime. Looking up at the sky at night. She loves the night, let's take her. Luna would love this one.
Luna would love this one.
We do not get a lot of OCs that do public speaking at all in the slightest.
Yeah, I mean, like,
that's
cool.
I kind of like the
like
public
that.
speaking part.
But
like
I'm
that.
kind of sick and tired of the pony that is literally... This is so fucking generic now at this point. The trusting pony who hates getting taken advantage of. It's in every single bio nowadays. It's like... I feel like that is such a trait now that it's becoming like... It's everyone now. Everyone is a trusting person who is too trusting sometimes, but not too trusting some other times, and hates getting taken advantage of. That's just being a basic fucking human being. Or being a basic fucking equestrian horse.
One of the problems I have with this character is she's too perfect. There's almost no real faults that this character has, and the only real fault that I can get out of what I'm getting here is that she's too perfect, because she's so perfect, she gets taken advantage of. Like, taking an easier route with the character. It's like, oh, I'll make my character the character that Princess Luna has, or who gets along with Princess Luna after she comes back and helps her, and just getting this, like, really awesome position, which is not necessarily a bad thing. You can do that, and there's nothing inherently wrong with it. But I don't know. I think it's the sort of too perfect vibe that I get from this character, which just makes it seem like I don't want it. Now, you try to use this term very loosely, sort of Mary Sue-ish, not necessarily, but like pretty much perfect, and is super close with, like, pretty much the only, like, the closest thing that this universe has to a god. But when you have those two things combined, it's very off-putting to myself, to others. I'm assuming it just there's I can tell that there was some thought put into this, and there was a lot of like you tried, and I commend you on that. And I think that if you tweaked it and made the character seem more like a character and less like a slate of positive things thrown together.
And
then
that's exactly what you're going
and if
for.
that's what you're going for, that I apologize greatly, but I don't feel like that's what was being or what you were going for. Words are hard. The aesthetics of this character I have less of a problem with than the character herself. I'm not a huge fan of the fact that because she didn't get her cutie mark, Celestia is like, here, have this cool main thing. I get it, and it's not super bad, and I don't think it looks bad. I think that aesthetically it looks alright, but I don't know, it's not a huge fan. And then for colors, it's pretty simple. So like 3 actual colors when you take out shading and stuff like that. And I don't know. The white is a bit white for me, but words are very hard today. Anything you guys want to say about aesthetics?
She's white. She's
Smooth
blue.
not liking green eyes, the episode.
Especially since these are like a yellowy green.
Yeah,
That's my least favorite green.
Why does she need to have the Luna hair?
To connect with
Because
Luna
she doesn't have a-
better.
Girl needs to lay off the eyeliner.
Like, I feel like the main itself is fine. I don't like the fact that it's a Luna main.
a pseudo Luna main.
The design is fine.
Yeah. Overall, there's a lot of things that I have problems with this character and the Too Perfect stuff, at least with how it's presented, but it's not horrible. I'll leave it at that.
Great. Wonderful. Thank you for bringing on this OC, I guess. Next, we have to go back to Smooth. So, Smooth, who'd you bring on?
This is Raspberry Tea. She,
Another berry.
Another fucking tea.
yeah. And another green and brown. Green and brown, the episode.
Green and
Guys, what
brown
is with
berry
us being
tea.
subplots?
We do this. This has been weird.
Alright,
Honestly.
go ahead, Smooth.
Honestly.
She loves to fly and do aerial tricks and stuff like that, but her main thing is that she loves going around to new places and discovering new types of all-cleansing drinks. The specific word used is holistic, which I actually had to look up what meaning of. It was sort of in the medical term definition, was a kind of thing that not only healed, like, physically, but also tried to heal, like, the other parts of you, like, make you feel calmer, so that you would actually be able to get back to the other things.
Mentally and emotionally?
Yeah, like, mentally, emotionally, and socially as well, was one of them listed, and I was like, I mean, if you can help with that too, that's cool, I guess. I don't know how that would work, but and she also wants them to not only taste good, but actually cure what ails ya. And as she was growing up, she was trying different new combinations of dried leaves and berries and many different kinds of things, which led to many poison joke incidents. It shouldn't have led to more than one. At that first one, you should probably realize, Maybe
Maybe
not
she
this
put like
one.
5 different. Maybe she put like 5 different types of leaves in there each time, and she's like, oh, maybe it was this one. Maybe it was this one. And she just kept fucking up and grabbing the poison joke.
She moved to a larger city, where she now lives and owns a store. However, this store is incredibly, not seasonal, I guess, but very more, almost annual. It only opens a few times a year.
triangle.
Yeah.
Probably not a very good store.
Yeah, because, well, she just doesn't want to, like, truly settle down. She feels like she has to go more. Her cutie mark is a cup full of raspberry tea with a tea leaf on it. But it's not visible in this shot, which is unfortunate. And it signifies her passion of making the drinks, and also the full cup symbolizing the life full of purpose and fulfillment, and the leaf for tea leaf fortunes, for the surprises the future may hold. And I mean, like, looking into things, that's maybe looking too into things. I think that's too deep for me.
That's like 3 deep, 5 new, man.
She opens her store a few times a year. Is she like? Does it always sell out?
It doesn't say, but I assume so
like...
because of, well, she has the the cutie mark of it, and that she can somehow support owning a home and a store and not being open almost ever.
Does she hire part-timers, or is it all by herself, I wonder? Because that sounds like some stores in, like, the real world.
I'd feel as though it'd probably be just her.
I think it'd be cool if she didn't want to settle down, if she had, like, a store where she had the main store and had other ponies working it, like, all year round, and then had, like, her own little traveling stuff that she could, and, like, where she would, like, go around to other places, just sort of, like, giving out things and doing stuff, being cool.
Yeah. Onto looks. I know we've had quite a few brown and greens on already, so I guess it's kind of getting almost redundant at this point, but
I can't believe it.
Main reason for this one is the fact those colors do not mix. They don't mix very well at all. The main looks like it could be a show color. The coat does not at all.
Looks like it could be a horse color.
It does look like it could be a horse color. However, the mane does not look like it could be a horse color.
No.
Neither do the
Unless you're doing some
eyes.
weird shit to your horses.
Opinion on brown and green OC. See page 5 of episode.
I have like footnotes sometimes.
I guess. What colors would you guys say? Because there's salmon in the eyes, and the green for the mane is kind of good. I kind of like it.
I like the mane because I've seen this OC multiple times and have considered bringing on it a few times for various reasons. And the green has always stuck out to me as a good color, but a bit harsh in comparison to the coat. Maybe I know that we had so many of these colored OCs on this episode, but I would at the first I would just try toning down the
brown to
or the
more
darkness.
of a tan.
To more of a tan and see how that sort of works, just as a starting point. Because I think there's nothing wrong with the sort of like brown and green if done right.
Yeah, it works. It works more often than brown and blue do. From experience, we know that much.
Yeah, but it's just too dark. Too dark. I don't know what the eyes. I don't know what my opinion is. Really at all, surprisingly.
Yeah, it'd be. I feel as though it'd be really weird because then you'd have green in the mane, and then that pink highlight off to the side.
I really don't get the pink highlight. That's for sure.
Is that supposed to be part of her coat, or is that like
I don't know.
a heart wink?
It was like it's like a broken heart wink.
Overall, there's not like a lot that would really change about this one, I guess. Not that bad. Not that bad. I kind of like the
I rated
mane
okay
and
out
tail.
of 10.
I like the mane and tail also. I wish we knew what their design was. Not upside down, going to the right, like 5 miles, 30 miles per hour, 17 kilometers.
Why are you trying to do conversion smooth? Also, is that a feather that's the color of her mane in her ear?
Yeah.
I'm really confused by that. I'm sorry that I had to bring this up at the last second, but I just saw it and it really bugged me.
I saw it several times and I didn't notice it any of them. And yes, and I'm not sure how I feel about that either.
It's poorly placed is what it is.
There's a lot of problems I have.
And especially since it looks like she's descending in flight, meaning it makes no sense that her earring would be going in that direction.
No, she could have just turned around.
Yeah, it looks more like she was going up and then did a giant whip of her whole body to face that direction.
But it's like just at the top.
What a
just
cameraman,
at the top.
though.
Yeah. How photogenic, really.
In the meantime, we are going to be moving on to my bad OC this week, is Neon Flash, the Stormfront Pegasus. Now, I wasn't able to pull up that much information on this pony, other than the fact that this artist likes to draw their characters in a lot of different outfit styles and whatever. So though one of the pictures that could possibly be on screen is one that has like beads and bands and whatnot in the hair, this character may not always be with those, so don't think of it as a permanent accessory. I don't know what this character's special talent is. All we pretty much know is name, design, and that their style sort of fluctuates. So in turn, the OC's style actually fluctuates because the artist's style fluctuates. So other than that, what I'm able to extrapolate or assume on for the actual story for this character, she's a weather Pegasus, I'd assume, and she works with storms, maybe, or rounding them up, or getting them to where they need to go, or
she creates them and fucks everyone over.
Yeah.
She's the pony that she has to do that job.
Yeah, right? Nobody likes her, but hey, it's the tough job she has to do. So then, moving on to actual aesthetic of this character, the color design is a definite bold choice. I mean, we have this pea soup, or not pea soup, like avocado green Pegasus with a orange, yellow, and blue mane. And actually, in another picture, they talked about the fact that the red outlines were a style choice, switching over from black outlines to red outlines to kind of be more akin to a different show's style. I don't like it because it's taking too many colors that are really saturated and hard to unappealing to the eye and throwing them all together in this one character. Now, if you can go with green on a pony. We've seen a lot of mint green, like other grassy kind of green characters as well through the show. And I feel like this as a base color or the coat color is perfectly fine. But when you throw on these heavy other colors, it doesn't look right. It looks over-colored, like, it's just too much color going on this pony.
I'd say that the orange one almost works the best of all of them, though.
I'd agree with that.
Of the three in the mane and tail.
Yeah, I could
the blue definitely doesn't, and I think
oversaturated.
Yellow definitely doesn't also, but the orange kind of seems like it works almost.
Yeah. I could probably see a orange and green pony working. Yeah, that works. Also, the eyes are okay, I think. But it's mostly the mane.
General suggestion for that would be to tone it down maybe to one color in the mane and tail being the orange.
Yeah. Or maybe different shades and have two, depending. If you can get that to look
only two
right.
and not all three.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
What about the cutie mark then?
I would love to know what this kind of cutie mark could mean. Now, this being a Stormfront Pegasus, maybe she has, like, a gold star for being, like, the best in the lightning crew or something like that. That'd be a super cool fucking, like, cutie mark or style. That she's really good with working with lightning.
I don't for that reason. It's just like, you get a gold star because you're the best.
At least from what you just said, I don't like that.
Also, maybe make the lightning bolts actually yellow, because seeing lightning bolts in other colors is just kind of off-putting.
Very.
To me, at least.
Oh, yeah. I totally didn't even realize that.
Yeah, you didn't even think about the fact that the lightning bolts are blue.
I believe that if you just tweak the colors a little bit, make sure that, you actually make a backstory for this character, so that, people can actually understand this character a little bit more, or what it is, or what it does, more than just a name that sounds somewhat interesting. I believe this character could be a really interesting one that a lot of people will be really, down for. They'd be really happy to check it out. But in the meantime, we are going to move on to the next OC. The final OC, which is Many Bobos.
This is Faceon, Random OC, by Rival Keelan. She studies the dark and bright sides of myths and legends, which is a very, very weird way of putting it. I don't understand what that exactly means, but okay. She was given a present, which is deep in one of her ears, from her mother, which lets her use Aura, a force similar to magic, however only Pegasuses can use it.
Pegasi.
Earth ponies could use the same under a different name. Not listed what the name is. Her mother was a Pegasus, but was genetically changed to a crystal pony, turning her mother's wings into useless appendages. Under first impressions, you would think that she's emotionless. However, she changes quite quickly and lives on the other side of the...
I was like, wait a second, Medi, there's a period there.
But, however, she changes very quickly. She lives on the other side of the Everfree Forest to Fluttershy. I think that means,
Fluttershy. Meaning
so does that mean it goes Fluttershy, Forest, her?
Yeah.
She has draconic wings, which seem to have the Norwegian flag pattern. Norwegian flag pattern on her wings. But no pony would really know what Norway is, because they all live in Equestria and not the human world.
That's a good point. Why are your wings the pattern, then?
She is responsible for various books on fairies, or on fairies, or fairies, and other creatures, all of which happen to be true. And that is all the information we have on Faceon. And I feel like this character is, as the person puts, a random OC, because they have a lot of issues here, such as why the Norwegian flag. You specifically state in your description of your own character that they wouldn't know what that means, and I feel like that's just a kind of like a useless addition to a character. It has literally no meaning to it. The whole aura thing is a way to get around being an alicorn without actually being an alicorn, and I felt like it wasn't really necessary. Especially since you gave us you told us that both of her parents were Pegasi, and I don't know where Pegasi would get something like this. Unless this is an AU. And then who the fuck knows? Because, god damn, AUs...
They were genetically altered into crystal ponies. I feel like it might be an AU. Oh, okay, yeah. Only her mother. Still, point remains.
Point remains, not listed, though.
It's not, but...
I don't feel like the jump to be like, yeah, all of which are true. Yes, we know this is My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. If fairies weren't real, that would be the real fucking shocker, honestly. This isn't like a story written in the real world where it's like, and then he met a bunch of fairies and it all really happened. No, it's like, I believe you. You say fairies, fine.
Honestly, though, there was one line in here which, first impression, she would appear emotionless. Yeah.
Yeah, I can totally believe that. 100%.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You covered that part pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah. you decided to make a random pony, and to OC reviewers like us, we just go, why? Random pony. Why? And there is no better answer than random, and it hurts us inside.
I really like the colors.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. The colors are actually,
Honestly, like the pony by itself, like just strip the wings. She's not that bad looking.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
her
not.
cutie mark, just it fucking.
it's
What
fae.
the fuck is that?
It's a fae.
I think it's one of the.
fairy.
Like, fairies.
It's a fairy, but
It's also
very-
the will-o-wisp.
why
very
is that your
strange.
special talent? Are you fucking a fairy? I know you're
Are
writing
you-
stories about
I don't
fairies.
know if he's fucking a fairy or not.
I mean, I don't have. Like, I mean, I have.
Character sheet?
I won't say that I like the cutie mark, but it's not awful. They tried to be pretty simple. I would get rid of some of the outlines, which would make it a little bit.
I would get rid of the extra wings.
Yeah.
And no, I'd get rid of the ribbon in the back, because that's what that probably is.
Oh, never mind. I see
Yeah,
it
no,
too.
now it makes sense, Manny. You're like, wait, oh my god, motherfucker.
What is that? I would get rid of that.
What I would do is I'd get rid of the ribbon and then have the second set of wings be on the other side.
Ditch that shit, yeah. I feel like this OC is definitely one of the lulls to random OCs that we get every now and then, and I don't understand why you submit them to a show about critiquing OCs when this character wasn't really designed to be critiqued. It was designed for fun.
Moving on from that OC, by the way, thank you, Minnie, for bringing it on. We're going to move on to the part that probably most people like and enjoy, the voting. Going back over the good OCs, I brought on Cotton Dove by X Strawberry Skittles X. Commander brought on Golden Shield by Rosie Posey. Medi brought on Spirit Hunter by Matcha Mutt. And then Smooth brought on Strawberry Fields by Gypsy Charm. So, going back in the same order that we presented in and not voting for the same OC you brought to the party, Commander, who do you vote for best OC this week?
I will say I liked all of the OCs this week, but I think I'm gonna have to give mine to Strawberry Fields. I like Strawberry Fields. It was nice.
Nice.
I think I'm gonna give mine to Spirit Hunter. Something just, like, felt about that one. I don't know how to describe
She's pretty
it.
close. They're both good.
All of them are good.
All of them are good. Yes.
I am going to have to give my good OC to Golden Shield. I really liked her colors.
And I'm gonna give it to Strawberry Fields.
Yay!
Smooth one.
Smooth win!
Yay! It feels like it's been so long.
Smooth, you win without having to contest anyone for it.
Yay!
Congratulations. You won.
And it was on good OC.
Smooth wins through peaceful negotiation.
So, moving on to bad OCs, I brought on Neon Flash by Volpe Studios. Commander brought on Estrella de la Noche by She-Ra. Medi brought on Faceon by Rival Colleen. And then Smooth brought on Raspberry Tea by
La-di-da.
La-di-da. So, like I said before, going back in the same order we presented it and not voting for the same OC you brought to the party, Commander, who do you vote for bad OC?
I think I'm gonna have to give it to Faceon just because there's so many things that I just don't understand the choices made. It's not even that there were choices that could have been made that weren't. It's just that I don't understand the choices that were made.
Cool.
I agree with Commander and also give my vote to Faceon.
I also have to give mine to Faceon as well, because random for the lols. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. But yeah.
But man, Neo Flash, the Stormfront Pegasus, that OC, that's the OC I'm going to give it to, because it's the only one left.
Cool! So that means I win! So, congratulations to Smooth and Medi for winning good and bad OC this week, respectively. Now, Medi, I believe we have some questions we need to answer this week. So why don't you pull out just 3 of them, and we'll save a couple more for next week.
We got this question coming in by Poisoned Taffy. They ask, what is the longest that you've ever kept a secret, and what was it?
All my life. And tough luck, too bad.
I honestly, a lot of the secrets that I've kept for extended periods of time are mostly things that I've forgotten by this point, and they're things that I'm probably still keeping secret.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I've probably been given, but I don't
So
really
who
care anymore.
knows? Yeah. And I can't tell you because it's still a secret.
My closeted homosexuality.
That's not a secret.
Nah, it's the longest I've ever kept a secret.
Huh.
I probably kept a secret for about a couple of years.
3 days.
3 days.
And that was an accomplishment.
It was a secret about, like, someone's... Oh, I know what it is. I kept a secret for about 3 weeks, more like it. And it was the secret of someone my friend liked. And then I totally fucking wingmaned for them. Because I just got close with the other person. The person that they liked. Because they were my other friend. And I was like, hey, you think they're hot? And they're like, yeah, it's kind of hot. And I'd be like, what if I told you they liked you? And they'd be like, sweet.
No one ever really trusted secrets to me, so... that I can remember at least, so I don't
The
even
biggest
know
secret
if I
is his
have an
life.
answer. Yeah.
The biggest secret is the secret of his secret leg combination.
No, seriously. Smooth doesn't tell us anything.
I honestly don't know.
Yeah, actually, there's the biggest secret that Smooth's been keeping. His entire life from us.
Yep.
That's
the
true.
thing.
That's true.
That's what I'm going with. That's
and it's still a secret.
Shishomaru Lover Girl asks, what is your favorite lesson from the show?
Something from Ghostbusters, whatever the fuck. It's like, hey, you can have special talents, but you don't have to be boastful and bragging about it. You can still be like, hey, I'm really good at this, and I like being really good at this, but not being like, look at me and how great I am.
Wasn't it kind of like the opposite lesson of don't like put yourself down too much?
Well, that too. Acknowledge the accomplishments
kind of
that you're able to make. It's a little bit of both, yeah.
I actually nail it down to one, but like probably my 2 favorite lessons are the whole Applebuck season of learn to accept help from people because you sometimes actually do need it, and then also the don't like let the future like get you too worked up about stuff from It's About Time, because those are probably the 2 lessons that I still need to learn the most. So those are the 2 lessons that I think resonate the most with me.
My favorite lesson from the show has to be green isn't your colors lesson. Of
Stop being passive-aggressive.
Stop being passive-aggressive.
Oh my god.
Oh my fucking god.
That's my 3rd one.
Honestly, I should have seen that coming.
Because being passive-aggressive solves nothing.
And
It just makes everyone salty.
Mine is probably look before you sleeps. It's just saying that they're like at first glance it seems like 2 people, or ponies in this case, don't like have anything in common. But if you look deeper and past all of the differences, you can actually see and that you have like a lot in common with them, and that you have a lot of similar views and stuff.
And at the same time, difference is okay.
Friends. You can still be really good friends with them. And I like it.
You can be different than other people. It is okay. That is life.
Yes.
Yarn Spider asks, hey guys, I had a quick question for you. Which mediums do you accept for the show? Do you, do submitted OCs need to be drawn, or would, things like repainted toys be acceptable as well?
Ooh.
Thanks, Yinder Spider, or Yarn Spider.
I was about to say, duh, of course we accept all mediums, and then
that.
and I was like, oh my goodness, I've never thought of that before.
I'm gonna say yes, though we are gonna say, oh, well, it's a so-and-so recolor. I mean, come on.
Also,
that would be really difficult to review, you know?
A big problem that comes with sort of submitting a character in a medium like that is it's really hard to make out any features. It might be hard to make out, like, depending on how small of the thing you're recoloring is, it might be really hard to make out anything like the cutie mark. You can't tell what the style of the mane or tail are because it's just a recolor or something else.
Yeah.
There's a few issues that come with it, so I don't know if I'm necessarily, I would object to it on principle necessarily, but I would be against it highly personally.
I know we've reviewed something kind of like it in the past where we had a source filmmaker pony submitted to us. But I feel like we shouldn't really review any three-dimensional type of objects for a character. Mainly because 2D hand-drawn gets us so much more than a 3D picture would. Mainly because the show itself is 2D, and that's what we are most familiar with. Because a 3D plane adds a whole new set of dimensions, adds a whole new set of problems.
Yes, that is a whole new set of dimensions.
Even though Smooth's mane is in 3D.
Yeah, Smooth, it's fine.
So that's pretty much it. Submit whatever you want, but realize our main strength is with 2D, either hand-drawn or digital. And that will be a factor as to how well you can represent this character. So, just keep that in mind.
And how likely we're going to choose characters. Remember, we have a lot to choose from.
Over 1,000.
Well over 1,000. Nearly 2,000.
But speaking of submitting OCs, Mehdi, you know what I want to hear?
You want to hear the plugs, is that right, Mummified?
You're damn right I want to hear the plugs.
Well, if you have any characters, questions, or if you have fan art, please submit them to us at eurocsucks.deviantart.com, at eurocsucks at twitter.com, eurocsuckspodcast@gmail.com, and eurocsuckspodcast@tumblr.com.
Now, this show is supported and funded by the lovely patrons over at patreon.com. If you feel like you want to add a little bit of monetization to this show, feel free to go ahead and go over to patreon.com/yourocsucks, and you can donate to our show. Get a couple of bonuses, benefits, and whatnot, and all that fun stuff. In the meantime, that's been it for Pegasus OCs. Next week, we will be doing Earth Ponies, regular old Earth Ponies. If you happen to have a Earth Pony OC, as of air date of this episode, you have 2 days to get it in and for us to review it. And if not, you can always submit it anyway, and we can possibly get it around to the next time we can fit it in an episode. So, if you're on the fence about submitting an OC, go ahead and do that already, because we want to see your OC.
Once it's not finished, finish it. It's a lot easier.
Unless it's not finished, or it doesn't have a backstory, or if it just kind of, whatever. My name has been Mummified Thunderbirds. I have been your host of this show, and I have been joined by...
Commander Sparkle.
Mehdi Bobo.
And Smooth Sailing.
And remember, your OC sucks.